Welcome back to another episode of our Reentry Goes to Atlanta Summer 2025. This is our third vlog that we're going to be posting. Today's July 10th, and today is all about the numbers. We're talking about, can we afford to go to Atlanta? How much is it going to cost? Where are we going to get the funding from? So I have a couple of guests with us today. As I told you guys, I'm going to be involving some of the PV Job staff, some of the podcasters, and some of our Youth Build interns. Today we have two of our PV Job staff here with us. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Kick it over to you, Corey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Corey Trujillo, the accounting assistant.
All right.
Hi.
Thank you, Corey.
Hi, I'm Diane Buchanan, the accountant at PV Jobs.
All right. Thank you, Diane. So today's going to be interesting. As I told you guys on some of our other vlogs, I created this little booklet. It's getting a little worn and torn now because I've actually been working with it and crossing things off and making notes on it. But the back page, page 12, is a list of budget items, starting from hotels, airfare, transportation, per diem, supplies, wardrobes, like all kind of stuff that we're going to have to pay for. This is not our first trip to Atlanta. As I told you guys, we've actually have gone to the Podcast Summit 2 times. We've been to Invest Fest 3 times. So we have some historical data that we're going to pull from, and our accounting team is going to share some of that with us today to see how much it cost us last year to go to Podcast Summit and how much it cost us last year to go to Invest Fest. They've been working on the numbers for the last couple of days. I do not know the numbers. I'm pretty good with keeping a tally in my head of how much I think things normally cost, and I'm usually pretty close when I guess. But this time, it's been a little while, so I don't know. But we're going to see. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to the accounting team. Which one are you guys going to start with as far as giving us like a total number on a trip? Which one
We
you want
can
to start with?
with the Atlanta conference.
Okay, which one? The Podcast Summit?
The Podcast Summit.
Okay.
From July 4th to the 5th.
Okay, so tell us when it was again, what year and everything, so I can kind of get my head around it again.
I was like, okay, so the Atlanta conference was July 4th to 5th, 2024.
All right, and that was Podcast Summit.
Yes.
And I'm trying to remember, do you have this number, Diane? Do you know how many people we took?
Yes. Well,
Oh,
I
you do?
did,
You have
I
a
did
total?
Yes, hold on. 11, 12, 13. Well, according to on my transaction report, it was like 13.
Okay, 13
staff and
people.
Participants.
Total,
people.
okay.
Yep, total.
Gotcha. Okay, so 13 people took 13 people to Atlanta last year around the same time. And we had all these budget items, travel, hotel, all that good stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to first guess
Yes.
what I think the total amount is for 13 people. And this includes giving them a daily allowance of money that they could use for food, lifts, whatever they needed. 13 people. All right, let me just think about it for one quick second. Flight, hotel. They were sharing hotel rooms, so everybody didn't get their own hotel. 2 people in a room, right? And we stayed, I think, like 3 nights.
3 nights.
Okay, so I'm going to say, and we included the Podcast Summit tickets, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say 22K. That means I am not close. That means I am not close at all. Okay. Hold on. Because I was thinking like if it was 13 people, I was going to say like $1,000 a person, but obviously I'm way low on that. All right, so let's just double it and say 44K.
Okay, you went over, but
I went over. Okay, so let's tell me the final total of what it was for last year.
so what I calculated last night from the transaction reports, it was $31,847.28.
31K for 13 people. Corey, can you give me a price per person, what that is? 31 divided by 13?
Yes. You're looking at $2,384 per person.
Okay, so let's just round up and say 2,500 per person.
That's good.
Okay. All right, and that was for the Atlanta trip last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys give me just a quick little rundown of what is all included in that 31K?
Okay, what's included in 31K? The airfare came up to $9,348.49. That was with 11 people flying Delta and 2 people flying Southwest. The tickets for the Southwest.
Hold on 1 second. I put them all on Delta? Wow. Okay, that was like a blessing right there. This year they flying Spirit or Sunshine or Frontier. Like, let me just say that we put them all on Delta? No wonder it was $31K. Good thing we have these budget meetings, because I tell you, I just be like, book it, book it, book it. But yeah, I'm assuming that Delta had the flights times that we needed without having a whole lot of layovers and all of that. That's probably why we went with them. But we can look at some additional airline options to see if we can save a little bit of money.
Or Greyhound.
Or Greyhound. That'd be I think we're gonna start now, Corey. Corey said just start now. We can make it a whole tour. We can stop it. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Let me write that down for another one. Road trip on a Greyhound. We'd have to get our own road bus, like our own tour bus.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Okay, you guys heard it here first. That was Corey's idea. Okay, so airfare $9K.
So
What
$9K.
else?
So the Delta tickets per person was like $778.98.
Okay.
And the Southwest was $429.97.
Gotcha.
So actually, Southwest was cheaper than Delta.
Okay, so we'll look again at Southwest this time.
And then we had the baggage fees total altogether for the whole trip was $730.
Okay.
And the per diems came up to $3,996, and
that's
that was
actually
for
not so bad. I thought the per diems were going to be more. Okay, so 3,000. How much?
$996.
Okay.
And that was like for 8 participants and 4 staff.
Okay.
Then the Hilton Hotel was $5,562.65. And then the Summit Conference ticket came up to $6,294.
You hear that, David? $6,200. You're more than the hotels, bro. What is going on? I think it was probably because we did some VIP tickets, and the VIPs are like, I think like $2,000 or $1,000 something.
Okay.
So that's probably why.
Yeah, I believe we got 2 of those.
Yes,
Yeah.
so that's why.
Okay.
And then the car rental, we had 2 Sprinters and 1 Tahoe car. It was $4,159.81.
Okay.
And for the for food was $1,756.27.
Okay. That's pretty much it?
Yep.
Okay. So that's not so bad. Let me just cross off what it covers on my list here. So
Okay.
airfare, hotel, transportation. We didn't cover wardrobe, so we'll have to figure that in this time.
Okay.
We didn't cover any type of venue that we needed to pay for, which we might need to do that this time. We might have had some supplies that we bought that weren't specifically identified, but I didn't hear supplies in there, so I'm going to circle that too.
Yeah.
We did per diems. We did meals and entertainment. We did the event tickets. Merchandise we didn't do because we didn't do that before, so we'll be adding that in this time. Okay, so
we just need wardrobe, the venue, and supplies.
Supplies and merchandise. Those will be the extra things. And then based on a call that I had with David this morning, he has an opportunity for the podcasters to have their own section at the Podcast Summit where they would have 2 days full access to be able to set up and interview a bunch of folks that are at the summit. So included in the price, it's going to be, we'll have our own videographer, we'll have a backdrop, we'll have a special section like set up just for us. What I'm thinking to kind of like maximize the exposure is to tap into some of our Atlanta folks and see if we can get some folks that are in Atlanta that didn't plan to come to the Podcast Summit, like some artists or whatever, that we could interview at our booth. So let's not just be boring and interview just the folks that are already there. Like, let's invite some of our own people that maybe the podcast attendees will come to our booth to see us interview whoever.
Right.
Oh, you know who I should get on the list? I'm going to talk to my contact in Atlanta. Mike Will made it. I met him last time I went there. Big time producer, big time in Atlanta. He's got his own studio in Atlanta. He was so cool and gracious. Met him and his dad. So maybe we can get him to come out and we can interview him. People would like totally tap in for that. So I'm gonna remember to reach out about that. Okay, so 31K, 13 people. Let's talk about Arizona. And then, so at Atlanta, we stayed in a hotel. And Arizona, we did everything pretty much the same except for we stayed at Airbnbs.
Yes.
Right.
So let's see how many people first, and then I'm going to guess the amount, and then you guys tell me.
Okay.
Okay, so how many people did we have for Arizona?
So we had 17 participants and 7 mentors.
Oh,
so
shoot.
24 in total.
Sheesh, we took a bunch of people to Arizona.
Big party.
Big party, and it was. We had 2 Airbnbs. It was crazy. Okay, so 24 people. If I'm just using your same methodology of 2,500 per person, I'm not
So
good with math, but
okay.
that would be about 50K. So that's going to be my answer, 50K.
Okay. Not far off. Rounding up, we're looking at around 39.
Dang. Okay, so it really wasn't that much more expensive than Atlanta with so many more people.
Yeah.
So I believe that some of the charges that wasn't identified went for the trip, but we couldn't distinguish which one was Arizona if they didn't put it.
Okay.
Arizona if they didn't put it. So I just want to say 40K.
Okay, just to be on the safe
Yeah,
side.
be on the safe side.
Okay, so 40K just to give us some wiggle room. Then, Corey, can you do the math for me? 40K divided by 24 people.
There.
There we go. All right, we're looking at 1,666.
Okay, so
About
1,600 versus 2,500 per person.
Okay, so the airfare.
Okay, let's look
So
at
when
that.
I did the per diems, it was 24 per diems that I had cut checks for. But when I did the airfare, it was 28 people that went on the trip. So
I know one person missed some flights that we had to like rebook a flight. I don't know why we would have so many extra. And we didn't pay for Oscar's ticket, did we, Kai? No, he just got his own seat. Yeah, we smuggled him in. He got his own seat, but we didn't have to pay for it. I wonder why.
going there, coming?
I don't know about coming back, but I know going.
Going, he had his own seat, like right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, his own seat. So maybe somebody went that we didn't do per diems for? I know. I don't think I got a per diem.
So on this one, I don't have
The
Let's
names.
see. No, I have it right here. Ooh, and this thing's so little.
I'm assuming, let's just assume that some 4 people didn't get per diems.
Right. Or either, you remember we cut checks where it was their per diem, it was their payout for going.
Gotcha.
So it might have
Might have
been
been all in
Yeah.
one.
Maybe
Okay,
the
that makes
entertainment.
sense.
No, it was the payout for
Because we
them.
paid them like a little hourly rate for them going.
For them going,
And
yes.
being the mentors and everything. Okay, so that's probably where it just got captured in there. But so do we think we had 24 or 28 people then? We might have had 28
like
people.
I say 28.
Okay, all right, so let's do the math one more time then, Corey. 28 people divided by 40K.
All right. Now we're looking at 1,428.
Okay, all right, so about 1,400 per person. All right, Diane, let's go down your list of airfare, all of that stuff real quick.
Okay, so Corey would like to do
Okay,
Arizona.
awesome.
All right. Let's do this.
Okay.
So at airfare, we're looking at 7,220 with 76 cents.
Okay.
Baggage, we're looking at 1,595 with 48 cents. For the tickets, those were Delta, which came out to about 396 per person.
Okay. Because we were going a lot closer just to Arizona this time, yeah.
And for the per diems, a total came out to, do you want to guess?
Per diems, because let's see, last time it was 3,900 for 14 people, so we got 28 people. I'm gonna say $6,700.
Close.
Far off.
Okay.
6,246.
See, look at me. Okay,
Yeah.
6,200.
All right. And so for the Airbnb for 2 houses.
Okay, let me guess this one. I think I remember each of them were like 1,000 something. I think it's probably like $4,000 or $5,000 for the Airbnbs.
You want to double it.
No, $10,000 for the Airbnbs?
9,916. with 75 cents.
9,916.
Yep.
Okay, let's just look real quick. So the hotels, can you do a little math for me real fast?
Yes.
The hotel, we had 5,500 that we spent on the hotels for 14 people. Can you tell me what that is?
5,500 for 14 people comes out to 392 per
Okay.
person.
And then let's do 9,916 divided by 28.
9,916 divided by 28. Looking at 354.
Oh, so technically the Airbnb was cheaper. It just that we had so many people. We had 28
Right.
people, so the price per person, the Airbnb was cheaper.
Mhm.
So Kai, what's the Airbnb situation like in Atlanta? Have you ever?
They have Airbnbs, but I don't know like the sizes of them compared to
What we had
Yeah,
and
and then areas where we're gonna be. I don't know if they would have anything like to accommodate
gotcha.
in that area to be like close to downtown.
Yeah, we'd have to be driving back and forth. Yeah. Okay. Good to have somebody from the A that knows
I
what's
know.
going on. Okay, so all right. That's just looking at. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. So we got Airbnbs.
Yes, Airbnb with a Hilton stay.
Yep. That is all included in the 9,000.
No.
Okay, mine was separate.
Separate. It's another 2,033
Okay.
with 27 cents.
Okay. I think Sam stayed there one day too, so I think it was 2 rooms.
Okay,
me and
so it's
Sam.
2 rooms. Okay.
Yeah.
Bougie
Had
Santa.
to because it was 2,000.
Yeah.
And then the car rental for 2 Sprinter vans.
Okay.
We're looking at 5,118 and 17 cents.
So almost the same. A little bit cheaper for the no, a little bit cheaper for the sprinters for Atlanta then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then lifts, travel
Mhm.
rides for to and from the conference and around the area. We're looking at 345 and 14 cents.
Okay.
It might
And-
be a little more. It might be,
Yeah,
like
give-
I said,
give or take.
it might be some that wasn't identified. But
Exactly for that one.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then parking for the vans, we're looking at around $80. Food, 2,921 and 78 cents.
Because we actually had the Airbnb, so we had to have food at the houses, both houses, so people could cook breakfast and all of that. So the food was a lot more for
right.
Arizona. And we had more people too.
Right.
And one of our mentors, Pooh, cooked for us. So thank you, Pooh. He's in the building right now. Thank you, Pooh. All I remember, you kept telling me, beat those eggs. I'm like, why does he keep saying it like that? Beat those eggs. I'm like, okay, I got you. It was a fun trip, though. But like I said, this vlog is going to be real time and uncensored. So there you go.
Very nice.
All right, so food 2021.
And then for entertainment, for 3 artists and professional services, that's at 3,900.
39. Okay. All right. So grand total of
39.
$39K.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you
round
said
up to
40,
40. Okay,
yes.
round it up to 40. Okay. So based on that, I'm gonna make an educated guess and say we'll be closer to around the 13 people going this time versus the 28. So that's a good thing.
No, that was Arizona. So you mean Atlanta,
Yeah,
right?
Atlanta. So this new trip will be closer to 13 people then. We won't be bringing 28 people to Atlanta this time.
No. It was Arizona that was 28.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh.
got what you're saying. I'm just saying
Okay.
that looking at what now, I moved on to the new budget now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the new budget, I'm probably estimating closer to 13 versus bringing 30 people this time.
13.
It'll be all podcasters that can go. We have 8 podcasters. One is busy right now that might not be able to make it, so that takes us down to 7. One of them
7.
changed all of our flights, so I don't even know if I'm booking her again. That's what we gonna talk. I know you thought it was never gonna come back around, but guess what?
Ooh.
Yeah, we had an interesting trip, but so we may be at 7 podcasters, and then maybe 7 plus 5 is what? 12. Okay, so maybe 5 mentors.
Fine.
And then 1 me to bring us to 13.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go under that, guys, that we're going to have 13 people. And then my price per person on Atlanta was $2,500. So that brings us to the 31K, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have 31K anywhere that we could pay for this trip? What are your thoughts? Let's start. Let me put 31K at the top. Because not one program, not one entity is going to pay for everything. So,
Okay.
we got to figure, we
Okay.
can do 10 here, we do 5 here, 2 here. We could do something. So I'm going to start with 31,000 at the top as the budget. And then I'm just going to list off a couple of things that I think, or do you guys have places already that you think we could charge?
We didn't, but it was gonna come from other sources, but I was thinking about just trying to collect all the revenue from the AR agent report, as well as draw a little down from Youth Build.
Okay, so youth
But I
build
don't-
we want to tap into for sure.
Right.
Unfortunately, if I don't bring any interns, which we didn't talk about yet, but I might be thinking about bringing 1 or 2 interns because we may have opportunity for the girls to perform too. So, for sure, KT, who is a youth build intern and a podcaster, and possibly bringing Grimy, possibly bringing Chippy. So, possibly we could have 3 participants in youth build. Because, we have to have participants going in order to charge to their program. So, possibly 3 participants in youth build, and then that would take our number up to 15.
Right.
So, now we're back at, what is that now, Corey? 15 times 2,500?
37,500.
15 times 2,500?
15 times 2,500. 37,500.
37,500?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So 37,500 is the new budget now with 15 people. If we could bill at least 3 participants and maybe 2 mentors to Youth Build. Can you calculate these for me real quick, Corey? So 5 times 2,500.
12,500.
Okay. So 12,500 for Youth Build. We could possibly bill 1 participant from Right Turn because I believe that they co-enrolled some of the Youth Build participants in Right Turn. So we may be able to get at least 1 or 2 participants under Right Turn. So let's just do 2 under Right Turn. So that's 5,000.
Okay.
And then the CD9 money, did we specifically allocate that somewhere yet? The 10,000?
No, we still haven't used it all.
Okay, so possibly I could use some CD9 money. That's 10K. Do I have any more Hatchway 4.0 remaining funds?
We
or
do.
CalRise remaining funds?
No, CalRise,
Okay.
no.
Okay, CalRise I couldn't use anyway because they don't let me use travel. So CalRise could have paid for some other stuff, but not for the travel stuff. So CalRise is out. But 4.0 we do?
Yes, we do, because we stayed under budget.
Okay, yay for
Surprisingly.
that. Okay, so don't tell me what we think we're going to use that as the whatever we can't bill somewhere else.
Okay.
So YB we got something, Right Turn we got something, CD9. What else could we bill some of this to? What are you guys thinking?
That's all we have. And we have
Do we have any?
probation.
Do you want to use any of our podcast money, Kai? How much do we have? Because we haven't cashed out. How much do we have?
Like 4,000 something.
About 4,000. So we do have podcast money.
Yeah, it's like 4,000 something. I can tell you the exact amount.
Okay. Well, we gonna hey, if it's a podcast thing, we gotta put them in the mix. We gotta be taking at least 500 from y'all. Something. We need some kind of money. All right. So 4,000 that podcast has. Even if we don't cash them all the way out, but we could cash them all the way out and use the money and start again. And so I'm okay with that too because it is all going back straight to them.
Yeah, and it can go towards merchandise.
Yeah, it could go towards
$4.
4,644. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we should probably cash that out anyway because I don't like just leaving it over there. Like something go crazy and then we just lose all our money.
Nah, you're right.
Might as well just cash it out and bring it over here.
Add those up so far.
Okay, so
And the only thing we have is probation. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I could
27.50.
sell that to probation. I have to look at the budget to see if I put any line items in there that had anything to do with it, but I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. Okay, and then what about utilizing some JCS and some PV Jobs funds?
Okay. JCS.
Since JCS is our social enterprise, we don't have to justify anything. It's our private
Right.
company that we charge contractors an amount, and we're able to use that money for whatever the organization sees fit. So JCS we could utilize. So if we could get one of those big contracts to send us that $50K, the whole trip would be paid for. We wouldn't have to worry about
Exactly.
anything.
I'll send out a reminder email
Okay.
and see if someone will respond.
All right, I'm gonna put them down for 5,000 for now. And then, all right, Corey, let's add these up and see where we are.
So that puts us
Bam.
at 32,500.
32,000 with the 12,500, 5,000, 10,000, 4,600, and 5,000.
Yep.
Plus 4,600.
Oh, you didn't have that
from
one yet?
podcast brings it to 37,100.
Look at you guys finding ways to pay for the trip. I like it. Okay, and we still haven't even tapped into any of the Hatchway 4.0
No,
extra funds. And how much do you think we would be able to use from that?
I think we have the 20K.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm talking about. See, my budget team's so awesome. It's like, girl, we got you. We got you. But we also got to remember that we're trying to do 2 trips,
Oh.
Podcast Summit and Invest Fest. So, but that's good. We're going to see what all we have.
Right.
Invest Fest, we may have to take more Youth Build students to be able to charge more to Youth Build. We may have to take more Right Turn students to be able to charge more to Right Turn. We can take some Ramp students to charge the Ramp. This one is real specific with the podcasters, so I can't really charge a lot of the programs because it's more podcast stuff.
Right.
But for Invest Fest, we could take more. And Kai, let's remember that too when we start really planning Invest Fest stuff. Like, yeah, we're going to take the folks that are going to perform, but we may want to also look at just bringing some of participants that we can build for the programs. Okay. And we start looking to identify who that could be. Yep.
So when you plan on going on the Invest Fest?
Invest
I mean, a
Fest-
roundabout.
So yeah, they got the dates already. Invest Fest is August 21st through the 20. Hold on, I got it right here. I think it's 21st through the 21st through the 24th is Invest Fest,
Okay.
and then Podcast Summit is the 6th through the 8th
Oh, of August?
of August. So they're
Oh.
like right around the corner.
Okay.
So Podcast Summit would be 1, 2, 3 nights, leaving on Saturday. And then Invest Fest is, I think, 4 nights. Thursday night, wait, let's see. Yeah, because we had, since we're on the West Coast and we got to go to the darn near the East Coast, we lose a whole day in travel.
Yeah.
So we got to go the day before the event. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4
So
nights
August,
for
4 nights, the
Invest
21st.
Fest.
21st is on a Thursday.
Yep. Thursday, coming back on Monday.
Mhm.
Okay, so it seems like
Okay.
we could possibly swing this thing, guys.
Mhm.
I say we start with let's figure out how we download the funds, Kai, for the podcast. Let's just do that anyway. Let's outreach, Diane, to the JCS people, see if we can try to bring in some of those 50Ks.
50K, okay.
CD9, we already have the checks for that, so that's cool. I'll reach out to Right Turn and Ramp folks. I was just on a call with them today, but I'll reach out to them and let them know what we're doing and get their blessing to be able to spend money on this.
Right, okay,
And then Youth Bill, we should be fine. We shouldn't have to worry about.
right.
And then we'll just have that money in the bank from Hatchway 4.0 to decide when we really need to use it. If we can get it from other places and don't have to use it right then, we'll save some of that Hatchway 4.0 for Invest Fest.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've looked at all the expenses of what we think we're going to have. I'm going to add in after I start estimating what some of this looks like as far as like the wardrobe, the venue, the supplies, and the merchandise. This would probably get us there, but I still think we're going to have to look at some fundraising to be able to not just spend everything that we have on specifically on the trip. So merchandise could be a way where we have to invest some in the merchandise, but we would be able to sell the merchandise at our booth when we get there. So I'm just going to I'm going to write a little note of fundraising opportunities. So merch sales.
So when are we doing the car wash?
Exactly. We may need to do a car wash, but I love that idea. It's like we got the Tesla charging stations. We could do some kind of selling water out there. It's hot as I don't know what. We just start selling water every day. We at least make $1,000 before we go on the trip.
Oh, yeah.
And we can task some of the interns and podcasters to come up with some ideas for fundraising too. Like everybody earn $300. Everybody bring in $300 or something. We could do, what do they have those things? Like you could do a GoFundMe or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just another way to kind of get the support out there. If there's any viewers listening that would love to sponsor one or two of our podcasters for this trip, it's $2,500 per person, which we just see now we came up with that number. We'd love to have your support. We're a 501c3, so everything that you donate, it's tax write-offable, and we'll give you the receipts for all of that. But yeah, we're trying to make this happen for some young folks. We're going to use the resources that we have. But that's what this space is all about, reaching out to the community and letting them know what we're doing and seeing if anybody wants to help out. So I have pretty much everything that I need. You guys have any questions for me?
No, because we just went through the list, and we just have to make sure that all the expenses and the total amount is reasonable and allowable, which I know we are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. Nope, I don't have any questions.
Okay, so the only question you guys should have for me is when am I going to need to start spending this money?
Oh.
You're like, oh, shoot, yeah.
Well, I would figure, like, we go back and brainstorm. And then,
like, yeah, because I'm like, okay, well, I got $37,000. I'm about to start spending this today. Diane, let me order these flights. Let me book the rooms. You're like, wait.
No, give me
So,
time
yes,
to,
give us some
like-
time to get the money in, make sure we draw down the funds. But what we can do is come up with a spending schedule where we can say, okay, I'll have some folks start doing some research on the airlines. We can see how soon because we'll probably need to get the flights and the hotels sooner rather than later.
Right. To be cheap.
And then the hotels, usually we just pay a deposit. We don't pay the whole thing, but the flights, we will have to pay the whole amount. So we'll start doing some research, see if we can get some cheaper flights and start that. And then I'll give you guys a schedule. Like I'll need 5K by this day. I'll need 10K by this day so we can all stay on track and not max out our Amex. Even though it is a platinum Amex, we still want to make sure we all good.
Right.
All right, what else you guys got?
What else do you think?
That's about it. We have to like research, and
Gotta get
we
the
could
money.
probably start on the GoMe fund,
The GoFundMe?
GoFundMe
Okay.
page, and
I think
That's
I'll put
one
one of
way.
the, I'm going to put this down under the podcasters because I got a list of like who could do what. So I'm going to put
Right.
that under the podcasters so they can help us start a GoFundMe.
okay.
Yep.
Maybe make some promo videos.
Some promo videos for sure. I love that. Yep. They're coming in today to do a recap. So I'll have one of them do a promo video. T3 will do a good one. Be like, hey, I'm trying to go to Atlanta. Sponsor my trip. This is what I'm going to do when I'm out there.
Reentry Network.
Reentry Network Podcast.
That's right.
All right. We're wrapping up another vlog. Kai, you got anything you want to add before we wrap up?
No, this is good. I'm ready to put it out.
Okay, let's go. Pooh, you got anything you want to add? Okay, make sure you put in your days off. August.
August 6th through the 8th.
But we're going the day
6, 7, 8.
before, so
Oh, okay.
August
5th?
Oh yeah, you're right.
No,
Sorry, Dan.
6th.
Yep,
Okay.
August 6th through
6,
8th.
7, 8. Yep, 3 days.
Yep. Okay, guys. See you next time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all.